Hey, Taylor, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. Just you've now got a handful of games under your belt, and now a practice. But just where is your chemistry with Kretsch and with Craig Smith right now?
I think it's been really good. Last game was probably our a game where we just didn't really have a lot of chances, but I think for the most part, we've created a lot offensively, and we haven't given up much on the other end. And I think it's one of those lines where we complement each other really well. Craig is a great puck mover, can really skate. Smitty and I can skate, so we're able to play a fast game. And from there in the offensive zone, I think we have a level of battle to our game that allows us to create second chances, and it's been a lot of fun playing with those guys.
And you've had a couple of, high-profile back checks, breaking up plays on the back check. Is that something that you were conscious of doing when you came to this team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I've done that for most of the year. Obviously the plus minus stats didn't really bear fruit to that in Buffalo, but I've always been conscious of my defensive game. I don't like being on for goals against and costing the team that way. And in any way I can help the team win games is what I'm here to do. So there's times where, like last night, it just offensively wasn't working for us. And it's one of those games where you do your best to not let that affect your defensive game and make sure you're in the right spots there.
Thank you.
Matt Porter.
Hey, Taylor, two, if I might. One, we were told, today would be a power play, there'd be an emphasis on the power play at practice. Obviously, you guys haven't had very much time. How do you think that went, and where were you kind of working?
Yeah, I mean, I was on the half wall on my strong side, and I think it was good. When you run into a bit of a wall in the power play, it's important to get different looks to simplify things a bit. And I think when Krejci and I are on our one-timer sides, I think it just really makes it easier to shoot and create chances from the middle of the ice. And instead of, on the other side, you have a tendency to overpass and really stay on the outside, and you have zone time, but maybe not the chances that you want, the high danger chances. So it was good today. I mean, it's hard. This year's been so weird, not having practice time, not having even really proper days off or anything like that. So to get a practice in today is huge, and hopefully that benefits us.
And with the East Division, the top four being, very much still up in the air as we head down the stretch here, the Penguins are, as likely as any team, to be a potential playoff opponent for you guys. What have you seen as far as how they match up with you guys? What makes them difficult?
Yeah, they're a solid team. I mean, in Buffalo, we played them, I want to say like a month ago. And I think from that game until now, they look like they've really shored up their defensive game. They're hard to play against. I think they have, really good buy-in from all four lines and all 6D on how they have to play. And any team led by Crosby is gonna really turn it up down the stretch, and they're doing that. So, we didn't play our best yesterday, but at the same time, we were right there till the end, and hopefully we can give them a better test tomorrow.
Thanks.
Kevin Dupont. Kevin, go ahead.
Unmute, Dupes.
All right, we'll circle back to Kevin. We'll go to Jimmy Murphy.
Hey, you got me okay, Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to, since you got, even when you got here, you were very emphatic about just appreciating the game and appreciating, the opportunity you had. How much in the past few weeks have you appreciated even more just to be playing out there? I mean, I saw Andrew Shaw retired the same age as you today because of concussions. I'm just wondering, has this experience so far made you realize how lucky you are to be doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun time to play hockey when you're playing for a playoff spot, and really meaningful games. Unfortunately in my career, I've had a lot of games at the end of the year that really didn't mean a whole lot. So really, obviously grateful to be here, but every day it's just, I went through a lot this year. Obviously it was a tough time in Buffalo for a lot of us there, and to now be able to play, potentially in the playoffs and have meaningful shifts every game, and you score a goal, it's really important for the team, that kind of thing. It's been a lot of fun, and the guys here have been great, just welcoming me and making it easy on me to just go out and play and be one of the guys, and that's how I've kind of felt.
Thank you.
John Matisse.
Hey, Taylor, just had a quick question about Charlie McAvoy. You obviously played against him for a number of years. Now you're on the inside with the Bruins. Anything stick out to you now that your teammates, anything jump off the page in terms of what he brings to the table?
Yeah, I think like the way he reads the game and the way he moves his feet is pretty elite. And I think his ceiling, I think it's still pretty untapped. He can move the puck, he can shoot, he can fly out there. I think just defensively, like how hard he is to play against. I knew that when I played against him, but to see him make reads and cut off lanes and cut off passes and just turn the game, tilt the ice the other way, it's been something really fun to watch. And it's one of those guys that when you get out there with him, you're like, okay, this is a shift here, like let's get going. So it's been a lot of fun, and like I said, I still think he's going to get better and better.
Just one quick follow-up. And he seems pretty unique. You mentioned a couple of his traits, but he's also physical. I mean, the skating, the physicality, the skill, the offense. Like, do you see that too, where he just brings so much to the game?
Yeah, totally. That's the thing in this league. It's one thing to be offensive. It's one thing to produce on the power play, but if you can shut down the other team's best players 5-on-5 and be physical and make the game hard on them, it's a whole nother story. And that's what the best guys do year after year. I've seen it. I've had to play against those guys, and it's just not fun. Shift after shift, you kind of get worn down, and that's what Charlie can do to teams and to really good players. So like I said, it's been fun to watch.
Thanks.
Last question, Sebastian Noren.
Hey, Taylor. So you had about 2 weeks with the team here now. I just wanted to ask you, with the COVID restrictions being what they are, how has it been trying to integrate into the group where you can't really all hang out and have team dinners and so forth?
Yeah, it's been a little bit harder that way. There's no doubt. But you do your best. At the end of the day, we're playing hockey, and that's where some of the best bonding happens is on the ice, scoring goals after games, that kind of thing. And that we're able to have a meal and kind of socially distance and all that. So it's a tight knit group. There's characters on this team. There's guys that maybe are a little bit more serious, but it all blends together really well. And for new guys like myself to come into that culture and that way of playing and that way of being a team is something I've really enjoyed.